Hello, this is Alekius. Welcome back to episode 51 of Rule the Waves 2 German Brawlers, which we certainly have been doing a lot of that in this series, and I'm very pleased with how the capital ships have been competing. Like, we have taken on carrier fleets and won. Just thinking about that in between episodes. Anyways, we're currently at war with both Britain and Russia. We haven't fought Britain before, but we have fought Russia, and they probably have quite a few newer ships, whereas Britain, having had some attrition because they were a partner of ours during the Great Central European War, probably doesn't have as many new ones. I'm not really going to do a detailed analysis of everything they have. I don't find much use in it yet. Question mark. We'll just go ahead and move things along. Danzig finished. Hindenburg finished working up. We damaged a battleship. Things going on. We're sinking more merchants than they are of ours. That's good. Convoy attack. They are unable to muster. See, the Hindenburg, I think, just finished workups. Feels like it's been forever, but we're finally up to 11 capital ships after having none for a while and 4 or less for much of the game. We learned a lot from that experience, though. Have there been any upgrades to... No. British troops have invaded Tunisia. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that. Italy occupies Albania. Blitzkrieg invasion. They're in war on Italy? Why would we do that? We do not need a three-way war. Well, the naval budget is pretty pathetic. In fact, we've been doing well enough, despite all the hardship we've seen in this game, that we have a budget almost equal to the US. Our subs doing better work than theirs. Japanese lose a battleship. Great Britain trying to invade. No success. Would like to get ships into the Mediterranean to help with that. I don't think it's going to happen. To have so many. Surprised they could at all, though. With the Russians there, they might have just tipped over. I think I'm going to pump submarines to high tech, high priority. See, what else do we have? That'll stay high, that'll stay high. Stay medium. Stay high. Low is fine. Medium. High. This high as well. Explosive shells. Leave it. Aircraft artillery we want to leave high. Radar we want to leave high. We're done with airships. Heavier than air, medium is fine. Amphibious operations, bring that to low. That refigures our budget a little bit. Okay, considering how late we are in game, we can drop the budget slightly. Anything above 10% also faces diminishing returns. Doing it for most of the game, useful. At this point, I think we need to cut back. What was the log? Oh, that's not what I want. We don't need to copy air group. We'll do it ourselves. Alright, nothing to be concerned about then. That's right, I think it was a light cruiser that had just finished. Yeah, they're working up. Get the other ones on trade protection, now that we have them available. Although we could probably do raiding with them. We can build a couple more Waffen von Hamburgs. Stuttgart commissioned. We can get by with less. No to all. Still doing well on the trade war side of things. Battleship engagement. All aircraft will engage. Enemy ships. We have 4 light carriers. Maximum support for our Prince Eugen, which is the Scharnhorst class. It's our 16-inch gun cruiser. Our Lutzow, our older one. And then our Graf Spee, also the older battle cruiser. Our 16-inch battle cruiser leading the way. Our transport's already getting chewed up. Our port's over there. Dial it back a little bit. We want to go fast, but we don't need to go max. Let's get the cap at a maximum. Gonna be plenty of aircraft out here. Let's catch up to the main fleet. Doodling along. Should be starting to come in contact with something. Anything? There we go. Now we'll come to full speed. Kind of meandering around. It is early afternoon. Very slow too. They're either picking up survivors or they're transports, corvettes, that sort of thing. Get some early hits on them. You can actually see them now. Secondaries engaging on the starboard side. Is indeed a corvette. And it is no longer a corvette. That one is a corvette as well. It is also no longer a corvette. This one still unidentified and is no longer a corvette. Closing in on this fourth one. Alright. Starting to get some hits. And considering it is December, it is an early nighttime. Carriers are going to be of limited effectiveness. I'm going to send them back out south to the southwest. And then we delete that corvette. Slow down to a more reasonable speed, and we'll continue the search for targets. Find one here. Ooh, that looks to be actual fleet ships, the way they're moving. I'm gonna bring our carriers back to the east then. Yep, that is an actual fleet. The action we're looking for, or that we've been looking for. Dina class. Busy getting absolutely decimated. Seem to be turning around. You guys turned around, go to the south. That is a lot of Russians. On the water as they do on land. We'll cut to the northwest. Do that with the carriers as well. We don't want them to engage too closely. Probably torpedoes headed our way at this point. Turn away a bit. Plink away at them at medium range. So that's a few too many to just dive in. Maybe I'm just nervous because of the last time we faced the Russians. That was a 16-inch hit in there somewhere. There's a 14-inch. There's a 16-inch. Gonna angle out a little bit. We appear to have some escorts kind of closing the range. Let's angle northwest, northwest with the carriers. Need to get some hits. There's a 14-inch, 6-inch, 16-inch. We'll tack across top of the compass back to the east. Get fore and aft turrets engaged. Oh, there's another fleet up there. Jeez, there's enemy ships everywhere. 14-inch hits. attack again. Throw off any torpedoes. We'll end up west-northwest. Destroyers dropping some torpedoes. Two spreads. Got one of them. Lutzow taking heavy fire. Taking more heavy fire. Let's attack again. Take a northeasterly, and there's another group up here. How many ships do they have? Gonna turn about with our carriers, head generally southeast. Getting pinned between multiple forces. Want to set the attack flag for the destroyers. They need to get in on this. Multiple hits on the lead ship in this formation. We need to angle in around and follow our carriers out of being squeezed in between all these ships. Unacceptable situation, although we're still dishing out more than we are receiving. By quite a bit. Actually getting visual sighting on at least one of the ships. Alright, head due east. Got another torpedo hit. Not sure how we know at that range. I know, giant plume of water, but how well can you see that in the darkness of night? Kind of want to tack back around. This ship has slowed, and I have a feeling it's a capital ship of some kind. Close in. Still getting a steady hail of hits on them for little return. Alright, we waited a little too long. We're going to be vulnerable to torpedoes here. There we go. That's what I was looking to do. Now we're headed due south. Southeast. Yeah, whatever that unidentified ship is, it is done now. Head due south. Get the carriers headed towards Riga, let's say. Angle out a little further. Avoid any torpedoes inbound to us. Received one round. There's a couple rounds into them. Couple more. Our screen is doing their job. And they are trying to disengage to the west. Now angling towards the north. Close in, see if we can finish them off. That appears to be a heavy ship of some kind. A little dangerous with some of these smaller ships, or more nimble ships kind of maneuvering around. Come to port, then starboard. Ooh, ship we didn't even see. Close in on whoever this is. And we'll disengage southeast. Tashkent heavy cruiser. high risk maneuver as we're engaging this ship. They're getting a good shot at us. And it is a destroyer. Ash can't hit. Carriers can now maneuver for a direct shot. Maybe not. Where's the end? Entering the, I don't even know the name of that bay. Bay inside of Riga. Might be called the Latvian Bay or something to that sort. Saw what was identified as an floatplane carrier, maybe a transport, or maybe nothing at all anymore. Continue to disengage. We are skipping some rounds. Check the overall status of our ships. They have taken a bit of fire. 8 heavy rounds, no significant damage, no effect to top speed. Same for the Graf's Bay. Lissau has taken twice as many hits, does have some flotation damage, has dropped in speed. Will hamper any disengagement actions. Down to 40% ammunition. So we will try to properly disengage at this point. Got this ship, whatever it is. We'll try to disable it. It's maneuvering like a heavy ship. Lutzow able to be not enough damage to disengage her. Getting plenty of hits on this target. Slowing visibly. We will continue to pursue. Starting to get close to the enemy main fleet. We did take a hit. There's a couple more hits. The battle cruiser of the Kronstadt class, which I don't think is anything too impressive anymore. Actually, 9/16-inch guns. It is. We'll come to port to disengage, raking her as we do, and having a chance at this unidentified ship, which I think is an escort of some kind. Risk of torpedoes. We'll disengage east. She gave us the opening when she turned to starboard. She is indeed a destroyer. Ship of some kind up here to the northeast, down to 30% ammo. The night is young. Not sure what this ship is. Guessing it's a transport of some kind. Getting in close. It's disabled, whatever it is. We'll leave it for dead. Continue planking away at medium to long range. We are down below 30% ammunition on the Prince Eugen. Still have plenty of ammunition in the forward turrets. I would have expected it to be lower. Those appear to be small ships of some kind. getting some secondary hits with them. Against them. Alright, they're kind of angling in. Where are our carriers? Which can turn due south now. Head for Riga. I think we're close to wanting to disengage at this point. Fully disengage. We'll tack across the top of the compass. Head due south. Angle southeast. Throw off any torpedo solutions. Continue to angle out in case they launched late. And we are almost down to 25% on our ship with the least ammunition. We'll disengage southwest. That allows us to pursue these two small targets. 3 small targets. Waiting to identify that one. I was kind of hoping it was a larger ship. But the way it's maneuvering, it's probably not the case. Keep maneuvering. Getting some good hits. They are disengaging though. I think one of them is going kind of slow. Kind of lost the solution now. There's a hit. AP round though. Since that would have been with the forward turret, which has nothing but armor piercing left. Continue to pursuit of the small ships while these maneuver in. These appear to be larger. Heavy cruisers, possibly. Getting some hits on them. Oh wow. Didn't even know that was an event that could happen. I guess wartime conditions. Port darkened, that makes sense. No further casualties. Yeah, we're taking some heavy fire. Medium guns. I'm seeing only medium. That's a tough decision. Feel like we're presenting a broadside for torpedoing for the now identified Raziashi class. Oh, we just gotta angle in towards that, minimize it. Got their magazine, that's good. Down to 20% ammo almost. Very few rounds left in the forward turret. But the forward turret is disabled at the moment. I don't think we have any... Oh, we have portside torpedoes. Multiple ships? Portside, portside, portside. Portside torpedoes are loaded. You know why I'm checking, don't you? Go ahead and close in. And they're turning away. Wisely so. Oh geez, that's a whole fleet. See about torpedoes at range. Come on, you can launch. So many ships out there, you can't miss. Taking some fire. Heavy guns as well as medium and light. Destroyers are now heading in. We're launching some torpedoes from our capitals. Destroyers are not launching. And we're going to turn away and head to port. For sure this time we're just too low on ammunition at this point. Down below 20%. Prince Eugen might be, yep, has one more minute worth of ammunition in the forward turret. Continue south. We'll set for squad max, which will bring us down to Lutzau's speed. Pounding this ship as we pass. Just a battle cruiser of all things. Vol class. I think we saw those in the last war with Russia. Which we will turn around for that, since she's on her last legs, apparently. Close in to starboard. Oh, nice. Point blank torpedo launch. She's done. Now we'll head southeast towards Riga. Drop to 20 knots. Get our destroyers to stay with us. We'll accelerate time as much as we can, finish this battle out. We're being severely outnumbered. That went way better than our unending war. Wow. 2 battleships, 2 battle cruisers, 2 destroyers, 5 corvettes, 3 transports, and we have 1 heavily damaged destroyer. It's the worst damage we took. Take a look. Dmitry Pozartsky. "16-inch hit at 14,000 yards into the engine room. Penetrated hit. 14-inch penetrations a little bit earlier. Considering our gun differential was 3, 6, 12, plus 9, 21 14-inch guns, and 8 16-inch guns. We're looking at... Well, you know what? I'll do some analysis off camera. I'll grab each of the ships, major ships that we sunk or came close to sinking for the Russians. I'll put it into a spreadsheet and we'll see what happens. Have something ready? I do. We'll get that all input. Got the Novorossiysk, which first penetrating hit 14-inch at 7,000 yards. Theoretically, the 16 inches should be somewhere in the 2.5 to... The 14-inch should have 2.5 to 3 times as many hits as the 16-inch, all things being even. Just by the number of barrels that are on the battlefield. Seeing a lot of 14-inch hits in there. Lot of 14-inch. Lutzau took 19 heavy hits. 16-inch, a lot of bounces, not very many penetrations, fore and aft penetration. Prince Eugen. (16-inch). Receiving penetration at 8,700 yards. There's another Russian battleship. Light damage. I won't include it. Same with the Great British one. Didn't get any of their carriers, unfortunately. It's been a good battle for it. We'll go ahead and close out. And between episodes, I'll take a look at what that was. Super Siege, Battle of the Baltic. Very good result. We only have 2 battlecruisers that are disabled for time being. Everyone else is fully operational still. We'll pause the Wappens. Go ahead and save that result. I think I'm reluctant to do another round when we're so close to the end of the episode. I know I've had a few longer episodes, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you for staying to the end. I'm really excited to see how the analysis of that 14 versus 16-inch in this particular battle works out, especially as a lot of it happened at close range, which is what we've been trying to do for most of this playthrough. But with that, please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and what your prediction might be. And I'll see you next time. Take care.